next question is, Doctor, we are talking about relation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but there are some hindrances, some challenges, and especially among Muslims, the background we have from subcontinent. In building up that relationship, there are like the first one I would like to highlight, someone has asked a question here. If I want to have a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I got a few pictures hanging at my back or like in my room, and the best way to connect to Allah is the namaz. Will that namaz be accepted by Allah if there are pictures in my surroundings?
So actually, the question is more related to the prohibition or allowance of portraits and pictures in Islam. So generally, we think that the portraits and pictures of living beings has not been allowed in religion, and therefore, generally, what we do is that we don't make pictures, or we are discouraged to paint or to portray pictures, or maybe have them painted on your shirts, or even, as I said, as you just said, on the walls. So if you read all the narratives of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ regarding picture making, you'll see that they are speaking about a particular category of portraits and pictures. And those were portraits and pictures which were made in Arabia of those times. So they, to put it another way, they would there were pictures of, supposedly pictures of Ishmael and Abraham hanging on the walls of the Kaaba, and then there were pictures of horses and angels having wings, and they would prostrate before them and they would worship them. And if you look at the ahadith which prohibit pictures, there is a subtle reference to these pictures, and the Arabic is tilka suwar, hazihi suwar, which means such type of pictures, these type of pictures, which are used by idolaters to worship. The Prophet has severely prohibited them. So if you gather all the narratives, you'll find the prohibition of portraits and pictures is not an absolute prohibition. It's not that you're not allowed to take pictures, or you're not allowed to paint pictures or to draw pictures. That is the general understanding, but it's an erroneous understanding in my humble view, because as I said, the prohibition which the Prophet was referring to was to a specific type of picture, and not only pictures but idols and statues also. And these idols and these statues in the times of Prophet Muhammad, obviously they were worshipped and people used to prostrate before them. So the prohibition regarding portraits and pictures is just about those pictures or portraits or idols or anything similar before which people prostrate. And today obviously it is virtually extinct except in certain polytheistic cultures. So as far as pictures and portraits are concerned, it is absolutely no problem if you draw them, if you paint them. Naturally, they should not be vulgar or immoral in any way, but merely drawing a picture or painting a picture bears no label of prohibition. So this is as far as the basic is concerned. But then there could be a second step to that, and that is a picture might distract you when you're prostrating before God and you're praying namaz or doing your worship. So that is an entirely different thing. Anything could distract you. It could not just be a picture, it could be anything else. So if it is because of that distraction that you'd like that picture or whatever is distracting you to be removed, it is fine. But never think that mere presence of that picture is going to invalidate the prayer. That is not the case. The Almighty, the biggest thing which is prohibited in our religion is polytheism, is shirk. And angels don't enter houses of people who are polytheistic or who worship idols and angels. So when it is said that angels are not going to enter houses in which there are portraits present, it's not these portraits that we are used to, like family photographs or the pictures that we make. It is referring to idols and pictures that were actually worshipped in those times.